Hello, hello, Treasure Tribe. My name is Ali Santano, and I am really excited to be here tonight, sharing with you basically a success plan for getting started. So welcome to all of our new stylists that have joined in the recent and that are watching tonight. This call may be helpful for you. One, if you're brand new and you're wondering, okay, what is a strong start? How can I get started strong and get the momentum going? It also could be helpful for you if you are that person that has been a stylist for a while and life happened, or you had to put your business down for a period of time, whether it be a month, 2 weeks, or 6 months, whatever it is, and you're thinking, I want to get started again and I want to get it going again. And how do I do that? Here's the cool thing in this business. It's the same thing for both of you. So welcome, and tell me below if you're joining here live. Okay. If you watch on the replay, type in replay and actually tag your sponsors, to tag your upline, tag the stylist that's helping you get started, because this call is not necessarily, or this live isn't necessarily intended as a replacement for all the knowledge and resources and help that your upline can give you, but it's absolutely meant to supplement and just to get a different perspective. So welcome to the Treasure Tribe. Welcome to Park Lane. And I'm excited to get started. So like I said, I'm Ali. I am in the Dallas, Texas area. I have notes here. We always have our notes so that this call happens the first Monday of each month. So here we are, first Monday in November. So welcome November, happy November, golden quarter in the golden month. But also it's led by a different leader each time so that you can get different perspectives. Different leaders have really hot buttons, and they bring such a wealth of knowledge. And through one of our programs called the Direct to Point program, sometimes you'll get a leader on here that has never done Park Lane before, and she is built to be into the leadership position that she is in from scratch, and Park Lane is her first go round. And other times you'll catch somebody that has been a leader with different companies, and they bring completely different perspective and different experience to the table. So I encourage you to tune in, and I encourage you to tune in next month when the next leader leads it this next month. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to share tonight is I'm going to share just a few things, like just kind of like vision at the beginning, because while my job is not just to help you get started, my job is to expand your vision beyond what you think you got into this business for. You may have signed up thinking, you know what? I'm going to get a great discount. And if I sell some jewelry to some friends and family, then that's so fun. That's actually why I started 15 years ago. 14 years ago, actually, on Halloween, 14 years ago. That is whenever I got into this business. And or you might have started this business and thought, and the thoughts that you're like, I want to pay for competitive dance, or I want to pay for Disney. Or you might have had a change in your income, in your household income recently, and you're thinking maybe you can supplement the income in the house. So whatever it is, there is a place for you, and this call can absolutely help you. I'm excited for you because you're in for a treat. Okay, I have my notes here and I don't want to miss anything. You have no idea the support in the community that you have actually just joined. Okay, you're going to be blown away by the potential. And so just a few things that may excite you that you might not have necessarily thought of before joining. You may not even be aware of these things. So first, Park Lane's a 67-year-old company. You guys, maybe you've been with another company before that was a startup. I was with a startup previously. And while sometimes that can sound amazing and like it's the best opportunity in the world, also being with a company that has been around for decades and has done all the things and made the mistakes and knows what to do and what not to do. Especially right now, I feel like that is, and you'll find out too, that is a huge benefit, being with a company that's been around through wars, elections, recessions, the Great Recession of 2008. Actually, that's whenever I started my first business. They have been through a lot of things, now a pandemic. And guess what? They've hit records and they've thrived, and they've actually grown more than they ever have in the last few years. Okay. And so there's a lot to bring to the brought to the table when you've been with a company that's been around for almost 7 decades. Second thing is there are many people in this organization that have been here for 2, 3, 4 years, and they are building and earning more than they ever have, potentially in a previous business where they were there with a startup or a smaller company or a younger company. Okay. There are people that have started and in 4 years have grown their income to be larger than it ever was. And that's my personal experience. And so I want you to think about the fact that, wow, there's more to this than I actually thought that there could be possible. Joining this company that's been around for 7 decades, and people are still today starting and building dreams that they never in a million years thought that they could, along with people that have been around for 10, 15 years. Okay. So I want you just to think beyond that. And if you leave this call feeling like, okay, there's more potential than I thought, then I figured I consider my job done. Okay. A couple of things that are really cool to note. Okay. Just about Park Lane. I know you're already a stylist if you're listening to this, but this is really cool stuff. So first of all, Park Lane is a cash-rich, debt-free company. This is important to know because what makes Park Lane so incredible is what they can give. They are so incredibly generous to customers, to stylists, to hostesses. That takes money. And when you're with a company that's debt-free and cash-rich, that is passed on to all the programs that it can actually give. Okay, so I want you to know that. Second, I want you to know that we earn on every aspect of the business. Okay. 75% of every dollar goes back into the field in terms of incentives, in terms of programs, in terms of free items for customers, free stuff for hostesses. That goes back in there. Okay. So third thing I want you to know is that Park Lane's compensation plan has not changed in 30 years. And so I don't know if you've ever been with another company where the compensation plan has changed. In my previous company that I was with, in my previous experience, and I know I'm not alone, it was every single year the comp plan was changing. And so Park Lane hasn't changed theirs in 30 years. The fourth thing I just want you to know about with Park Lane is, I mentioned it earlier, they have a direct appoint program, which is how many leaders have actually entered into Park Lane. And so maybe you are this person, or and you will have customers and hostesses that are actually great potentials for this. Basically, what happens is if you've been a leader and you have leadership experience, a little or a lot, in another direct sales network marketing company, it is exclusive to this industry. It's not necessarily leadership in a corporate position or something like that, but it's a small little interview process, but you could be offered a position that is of a comparable leadership level to the experience that you had in the previous. So if you're listening to this call and you came in under that, then you fall into that. Like you might have come in as an area leader or a division. And so that was under that direct appoint program, but you're also going to have customers and hostesses, and you probably have friends that could qualify for this too. So I want you to know that's a very unique thing that Park Lane has, that they, 2 ways to build. There's one through the direct appoint program, and then the other one is organically through your parties and sponsoring fashion directors and helping them build from scratch. Okay. So I want you to know that that's there. And then, hold on, what's this last thing? I think that's basically everything. So if you're with a company where any of these things kind of are ringing as a hot button, I want you to know that I want you to feel confident as you walk into this Park Lane journey that you have all of this available to you, in addition to a great sale, beautiful product, great hostess rewards, and your comp plan. Okay. All right. So let's get started on some things that will be super helpful and really just make your business seamless as you get started. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is boards. I want you to go to your, okay, so you may not have this yet, but you likely received a text from Tish Mefford, the leader of the Treasure Tribe, saying, welcome, and respond back with tips. Okay. She will have sent you, if you asked for those tips, a link to boards. So you first need to download the boards app in the app store on your phone. I have an iPhone. I can't speak to an Android, but I know tons of Android. It's available on Android as well, Android and Google phone. And I'm also not a telecom expert. So if I totally said that wrong, then forgive me. Okay. So you first download the app, and then you click on that link that, and it will upload all of the Treasure Tribe training. Okay. And so it essentially looks like this. At the very, very top there, it says Treasure Tribe board. Yours, if you've never used boards before, it'll just say Treasure Tribe board. I don't have a lot of other boards in here. You click on Treasure Tribe board, and you have all of these, like folders. Okay. So the top one, top left-hand side says new stylist start here. Okay. So I'm going to point out just a few things in this board there's a lot in here, but I'm just going to point out a few things that are really relevant to you. So first of all, the new stylist start here. As you go into the new stylist start here, of course, there are lots of stylists that just enjoy their stylist discount, and that's all they do. They don't necessarily sell. But what I'm going to focus on today are the new stylists that are interested in selling. So that's the difference between new stylists or preferred shoppers. You click on the new stylists, and there's a welcome video from Tish. There's your first 48 hours, your first 7 days, your first 14 days, your first 30 days, and your first 60 days. Okay. I want you to know that you can do a lot of self-training here. We put this together to empower you on your schedule to be able to get next steps and to be able to work at your pace. Okay. But how nice is it that in the first 48 hours, it tells you download your glam plan, accept the invitations, order your jewelry. Here's some tips, schedule a call with your upline, schedule your launch party, post a launch announcement on socials, subscribe to the Park Lane emails, and join Telegram channel here. Those are the first things to do in the first couple of days. Then you go out, and then you go into your first 7 days. It will give you a pace here. Okay. So that's the first thing. That's the new stylist folder. Okay, I skipped ahead of myself a little bit. Okay. Second thing I want to show you in boards is just a couple of places. So first of all, I want you to see the photo bank right here. Photo bank. That's where a lot of our images are. So just check that out. Okay. Also, I think it's important to show you the setting up Facebook Live parties. Here it is right here. That's going to show you how to create a Facebook group if you've never done that, how to schedule your parties. I have a little bit of a lighting issue here. Okay. How to schedule. Let me turn this down a little bit. Okay. That's a little better. How to schedule your parties with Facebook, scheduling your posts, either using SendShare or using the Facebook scheduler. There's also a thing for pre-scheduling or pre-recording. And then here are some Facebook. Oh, no, never mind. That's empty. Okay. So there's how to there as well, just in case you're like, I've never done this before. It's all right here. And then the last thing I want to show you, the folder on online party scripts. It says online party scripts right there. I want you to know that that is just a suggested what to post in your parties. Okay. So if you participated in a party, meaning you did a party with your upline, you can go and just copy and paste what she did. Or you can go in here and just start with our fall transition script. It tells you day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. I'm going to go into day 2, for example, and it'll say day 2, post 1. And look, there's the words and the image to use. So we have put this together, and I want to highly encourage you just to follow the recipe. And then as you do that for 4 or 5 times in your first few shows, then you can kind of tweak and add a little of this or add a little bit of that. Okay. We want it to be so copy paste and what's the word? Wash, rinse, repeat for you to where you don't have to come up and create new content for every single party. Okay. So that is there. Okay. So let's get back to here. So let's just go over a few hot buttons. So we talked, I'm going to skip over ordering your samples because you've probably already talked to your upline about that. If not, there are really great tips in the ordering your samples part of the new stylist training board. Okay. The second thing is that we highly encourage you to get a launch party on the books. Even if you have hosted a party with your upline. Let's say you did a party and then at the end of the party, you decided to flip the party and that became your launch party. Okay. Even if you hosted a party with your upline, closed it, and then decided after that that you wanted to do a party, I want to highly encourage you to do another launch party. You need to do something that announces that this is your business. Okay. There's cool things about that. First, you're kind of double dipping. you're getting the stylist commissions and you're getting the hostess rewards for that party. Okay. So we recommend doing that like in the first 7 to 10 days, just because you're not sitting there waiting, and it's so satisfying. It's something that was 100% within your control, and you can work with your schedule. Now, what's the word I'm looking for? I highly encourage also, you don't need to wait until that launch party happens actually for you to also be booking parties with other people, but we'll talk about that in just a second. Okay. So, you get your invites out, you get your friends' invites, and then you get feedback, and all you need to do this, like I showed you, was your sponsor helping you. She might decide to do the first one with you. If you've never done one before and y'all didn't just do a party, she may decide to do that first one, but you don't have to have her do that. A lot of this business is ripping the Band-Aid, doing it the first time, and learning from that experience. You're going to do some things great, and you're going to make some mistakes, and you learn from them, and then you just move on. But also in here, you have everything you need in order to be able to find the postings and the content for your party. Okay. So let's see what's next on here. I talked about online party scripts. I talked about doing it in your first week or so. Okay. I want to show you also another folder in boards that's going to be really helpful for you. It is called online, back office. My goodness gracious. Where is it? Oh my gosh, where is it? It's called Back Office Tech Training, but I cannot find it. Oh, it says Tech Training. Okay, Tech Training. So in the back, in boards, there is a folder right here that says Tech Training. So you click on that, and there are a lot of how-to videos, how to do a return, how to book your party in the back office, there's even a folder here that's like how-to videos on your mobile device, how to build and share a cart on your mobile device, because if you're working on your computer versus your mobile device, might be look a little different. How to close a party, how to redeem hostess rewards, how to use StreamYard is down at the bottom, how to use boards is down at the bottom. So there are a lot of tech videos in here too that will enable you and empower you to be able to go and do your first parties. All right. Okay. So here's why we want you to do your party in the first 7 to 10 days of starting. All right. Well, first of all, you're going to earn back your investment, whether it was $99, $199, or $99, $229, or $439, whatever it was. Doing your first party is going to help you earn that back. Most stylists, I would say, earn back their investment in their first party. Okay. I'll probably say 99% of them do, especially because most people go with the $99 package. All right. Second is that you're going to be earning free jewelry as the hostess. You can add this to your display, and this is the double dip portion of it. You're not just earning commissions, but you're getting free jewelry as the hostess. All right. And we're going to talk about like your goals from your first party. Okay. And then your friends are going to be shopping, and you're going to get parties. The goal is to get parties from that party as well. All right. So people can see how a party is. They can see how much fun it is. They can go through the process of putting a list together and shopping, and they're like, this is fun. I want to share this with my friends. So you doing your first party is like within a week or so is so important, because you're showing them what a party is. All right. Yes, go do parties with other people too, but don't skip that step, even if you just hosted a party last month with someone. Okay. Because they don't know what it's like to do a party with you. All right. So here's also a really important thing that I mentioned before, but I want to highlight now. Highly encourage you, and it's very important before you execute, like if you scheduled your party for a week from today, before you start kicking that off, 3-4 days prior to the party happening, I want to encourage you to reach out to 2 or 3 other people, or maybe 10 other people, not 2 or 3, reach out to other people and try to have 2 to 3 bookings on the calendar before you start and kick off your launch party postings. Here's why. Your launch party may be huge. It may be mediocre. Okay. Regardless of what the outcome is, you need more bookings on the calendar after that. You are not a one-hit wonder, okay? You are not the result of your launch party, all right? So having 2 or 3 more bookings on the calendar after that, I recommend doing 1 a week, okay? And we're going to talk about like the success plan here in just a few minutes, all right? So But once your launch party is booked, I want you to go and reach out to more and get 2 to 3 parties on the calendar. And where can these people come from? We call them the low-hanging fruit. Don't tell them, but we call them the low-hanging fruit. Okay. It could be your best friend, the person who loves fashion, your shopping buddy. It could be your mom. You're doing a party for me because, you know, you're my mom and moms do these things. My mother did not host a party, by the way. All 3 of her daughters signed up to sell jewelry at the same time. So none of our family members helped any of us launch. Actually, that's a lie. I helped my sister launch, but then I ended up signing up as a stylist basically before that party actually happened. Okay. So don't think that your family has to be there to help you launch, because that was not the case with my sisters and I. Your neighbor, this is the thing, you live close to each other, but you probably have completely different networks. You've both worked at different places. You have kids that are different ages, likely. You have different family members. Okay. So a neighbor. And if you get a no, then no problem. You say, oh my gosh, no problem. I'd love to invite you to my first show coming up in a week. All right. So that's why it's really great to reach out to people before your launch party happens, because if you get a no from those people, then you can say to them, no problem. I'd love to have you come to my first party. It's happening in 5 days. Okay. So here are the goals for your first party, though. Let's go over those. First, 10 orders. That's the goal. And why? Because the Host Rewards program bumps to $40 an order in free credits once you get to 10 orders. It's $20 an order in free credits. Let me back up a second. The Host Rewards program is, number one, it's inboards. Second, once the party qualifies with $300 in net sales, the hostess, you in this case, start earning $20 an order. Then once it gets to 10 orders, it bumps to $40 an order. So 10 orders is $400 in credits. We want that for you. You want that for you. Okay. So that's the first goal. Second goal is not just the free jewelry. Okay. But it's that you've touched so many more people if you get to the 10 orders. All right. They have it in their hands. They love it. They're wearing it. They're getting compliments. They are more likely to shop, host, and then potentially join if they attended and shopped your launch party. Okay. It is marketing. The more people that you have having shopped your first party, it is marketing for you. So go big when inviting. That's my first tip. Go really, really big when inviting. Like, think if I was to have a wedding or a 50th birthday party and money was no object, how many people would I invite? Okay. Or if I was opening a restaurant and I had 50 tables I needed to seat, how many people would I invite? Use that as your filter, not the wedding or the birthday. You might want to keep those small just because you prefer that, but ignore that. But the big restaurant opening, you'd be like, I need to fill those dang tables. So I am going to invite everybody that I've ever had a pleasant conversation with. Okay. The second tip I want to give you is work with your sponsor on this. Do everything that they tell you to do. Okay. Don't eliminate some steps just because you're like, oh, that doesn't necessarily feel right to me. Okay. She knows what she's doing. Trust me, she knows what she's doing. And so follow every single one of her steps. All right. Okay. Invite 100 people. Just going to throw that number out there. Invite 100. Okay. They're not coming to your living room. So that's the beauty of the online. Okay. So, okay. Fourth goal. Number 4 is you want to get to $1,000 in sales. All right. You're earning about $300 in commissions with excuse me. I need to take a drink. Mouth gets dry after all the talking, with $1,000 in sales. Okay. So most likely this is paying for your kit and it feels good. I want to encourage you not to just say, you know what, if my launch party isn't the best, that's okay. I can start slow. I want you to jump into this and think, I'm going all in. I'm going all in. Don't give yourself the excuse to accept just 50%. Okay. Because it doesn't have to be that way. You are not having to create everything. You have someone that's helping you. All right. So $1,000 in sales. We call that qualifying as a new stylist. Okay. And then that many more people are shopping, seeing your launch, sending you wish list. You're helping them shop. Ask every single person that shops with you or send you a list. to do a party with you. Okay. Ask every single person. Don't let yourself get out of doing that, because when they're shopping, that's actually the hottest time for someone to say, yes, I'd love to do one. When they fall in love with the stuff and they're like, okay, I'm going to send you this order and I can't wait. And I'm so excited to get my new stuff and I can't wait. And, you know, I can't get all of it. So take those 2 pieces off. Awesome. I'll do that. I can't wait for you to get your stuff. Would you like to do one? Would you like to be one of my first parties? I'm booking my first. They're going to be so excited. They're more likely to say yes in that moment. So use that moment, utilize that moment, and don't tell yourself, I'll ask them next week after they've gotten their jewelry. Y'all, they just ordered jewelry online they've never seen before. So don't overthink it. Okay. The next goal is to get 2 to 3 people from your launch party to join you as a stylist. Okay. So the more you invite, the higher likelihood that that is to happen. Once you get a stylist on your team, and they go do their first party and get to $1,000 in sales, guess what? You can get a pay raise. If you're a fashion director, you're earning 30%, you get a pay raise, you hit that first promotion. Now you're going to be earning 35% as a permanent pay raise forever that you always have. So the more you invite, so let's recap the goals: 10 orders, $1,000 in sales, booked parties from your party by asking everybody, and someone interested in doing this with you. All right. So that comes from inviting a lot. All right. Okay. So here's what Park Lane suggests as a success formula. All right. For your first 5 to 6 weeks. They call it 5 shows in 5 weeks. Formula for a successful start. 5 shows in 5 weeks. Okay. Why do we suggest that? When I first started with Park Lane, they shared that with me and I thought, gosh, that's a lot in-person shows. I've been with them for 5 years, almost 5 years now. And I was doing in-person shows prior to the pandemic. From an online perspective, though, that is so simple. Once a week, schedule a party. If you want to do it in half the time, do it in half the time. You're going to experience a success twice as fast. Okay. But once a week, schedule a party. All right. 5 parties in 5 weeks. All right. But because you'll get to practice with the jewelry, you can create a fake Facebook group like that doesn't have anybody in there, and you can practice going live. You can actually add a friend or a spouse or a child or whatever in there, and they can comment and ask questions, and you can see what that looks like. You can go through your presentation with nobody watching. So it helps you practice. But the first time is going to be the most awkward time. So many times people, I've helped them start and they're like, I'm very nervous about going live. I'm like, you're going to be nervous till the first time, and then you're not going to be nervous after that. So don't even worry about it. Okay. So second thing is you're going to work through the kinks of like creating this and how to post on Facebook. And what if this happens? You're going to work through all those kinks in the first parties. Okay. Third thing is you're making money. Like, surprise. You're making money by doing 5 shows in 5 weeks. Fourth is you're meeting strangers in those first 5 parties. Like you do a show with your neighbor and she has a best friend from college that lives in another state. And she's invited her because it's online. She doesn't have to come to her house. You are meeting strangers so much faster. All right. So book those first 5 shows. Each one of those hostesses are going to invite people that you do not know. All right. For you to go do parties with. Okay. So, and then the last reason is you're earning rich rewards, the free jewelry program with Park Lane. And here is what that is. I'm going to run through it quickly, but it is in boards. Okay. Level 1 is submitting $1,000 net and non in your first 2 weeks of each month. It's the second Wednesday of the month. For November, it is actually this Wednesday the 9th. Okay. If you're watching this on the replay and it's in another month and we're not in November, it's the second Wednesday of each month is the close of the first 2 commission weeks of the Park Lane commission month. And if you submit $1,000 net and non in your first 2 weeks of the month, then you get $250 in free jewelry credits to go and do with whatever. You know, at first you'll be building your display, but then after that, you're going to be getting free jewelry to give away in your parties and to treat your VIP groups to book parties with. So utilize that. Even if you're like I just want to do 2 parties a month type of girl, do that in the first 2 weeks so that you can just make sure not lose out on that. Okay. The second level is selling $2,500 in your in the month, in a commission month. All right. With that, you get a designer inspired piece. In fact, I actually have in this box right here, you know what? I'm going to open this with you guys. I haven't opened it yet. And it has last month's RRC level 2 piece of jewelry in there. I just got this. Okay, so last month, the month of October, if we sold $2,500 in the month, then we would get a bombshell bracelet in black. It's not available in the collection yet, but it will be. So each month there's a designer inspired piece of jewelry that will actually be going into the main line. And in October, it was this black one. Okay. And so here it is November. I just got it and it's going to be available in the main line whenever they say it's ready to ship. Okay. So each month it's something different. All right. And that will go into the main line. That's $2,500. Level 3 is $4,000 in sales in the month, and you will get $300 in free credits. All right. Additional. Level 4 and level 5 are recruiting based. Okay. So you bring 2 people in, you get $300 in credits. You bring 4 people in and get them qualified, and you get $300 additional credits. So basically we can earn up to like $1,100 or $1,200 a month in free credits. But the 2 that I really want you to put on your schedule, as in your calendar, in your goals as a brand new stylist, is $1,000 level 1 and level 2, $1,000 in the first 2 weeks, and then $2,500 in the month. Maybe we're in the last 2 weeks of the month right now, and you're like, well, I'm going to miss out on level 1. No, you're not. You're getting started. You're getting your feet wet. Do not wait until next month. Okay. What you do now impacts your next month, but put those goals on your calendar, because that is what just gets the momentum going. Those 2 levels right there get the momentum going. Okay. So how can you get 5 shows? Okay. Well, I'm going to refer you back to the boards app. All right. And show you in the boards app where some of this is. So we're in the Treasure Tribe boards app, and we are in the new stylist start here folder. Okay. We go to 4 new stylists, and then your first 7 days. Okay. There's first here, it'll talk about building a who do you know list. Is this actually right here? Yes. Okay. So in the folder that says make your list. All right. There is a folder. I mean, there's a video on creating your who do you know list. There's also a memory jogger just for different categories. And then there is a list that you can print out if you'd like to. Okay. So I want you to use this as a memory jogger. All right. All of these people you will invite to your first party. So this is important to do before you have your first party. Okay. Second, you can go back to this list after you've had your party, and you can use this list as people to ask to do parties. Okay. Just because they came to your launch party and didn't shop does not mean that they aren't interested in being a hostess. This happened to me 14 years ago. One of my best friends did not come to my first party. She was busy with work, had no idea what was going on. I was pregnant. She was also pregnant. And she just was like, whatever. And then we get together a couple of months later and have lunch. And she was like, now tell me about this thing. Are you doing this jewelry thing, or is your sister? She just didn't know. I told her about it. She goes, oh my gosh, I want to do a party, right? People get so busy. So don't assume that just because they don't shop your first party, that they wouldn't be interested in hosting and supporting you. Okay. So you'll use this list later. Second thing, in order to get your first 5 parties, I want you to, I'm going to tell you about what's called the Fast 50s. Okay. Fast 50s are a program that Park Lane gives us to offer our hostesses additional free jewelry on top of what they earn in the Hostess Rewards program. The hostess has to qualify for rewards first, but we can give up to $100. And it comes in the form of 2 50s. It costs us, the stylist, $10 per 50. So it's essentially $20. All right. So I want you to do this when you're booking your first 5 shows and you're reaching out to ask for your first 5 parties. I want you to tell them, I'm new, and because I'm new, I'm booking my first 5 shows, and I can gift my first 5 hostesses for $100 extra, or a $100 free item, or $100 in rewards before your party even starts. I think that's actually what I used whenever I first started. I can start you off with $100 in rewards before your party even starts. Now, that will cost you $20, okay? When I started, I was doing in-home shows. $20 was my gas, my Whataburger on the way home, and maybe potentially a bottle of Prosecco, a cheap bottle of Prosecco as a little hostess gift upon showing up to her house as a thank you for having me. So I don't mind spending $20 if it's going to get that party booked, and I'm going to potentially earn $300 to $400 at the party. So you got to have that mindset, okay? It is a tool that you can use, but you actually can use it with every single hostess, but use this program for the purpose of booking your first few shows, and tell them, because I'm new, I can offer my first 5 hostesses that help me do my first shows, getting my feet wet, my first 5 guinea pigs, $100 extra, or a free $100 item, or $100 in credits before your party even starts, because you're one of my first. All right. So you can do that. And that is called the Fast 50s. All right. For your first 5, oh, sorry, I just said that. Okay. I'm repeating myself. Okay. Let's see what else is on here. Going forward, you can ask all the other shoppers from their parties to do a party, but you could also you can offer them those Fast 50s as well. Okay. So that's how you keep the booking momentum going. You do a hostess party, they invite their friends, you share Park Lane with their friends, you connect with them, and then you offer to do parties for their friends, and then they host, and then they invite their friends. And then as you're meeting these people in these groups, okay, you are inviting them after the party to become a part of your own VIP group in order for you to stay in touch with them. Okay. So that's kind of the funnel to grow your VIP group. All right. So a couple of suggestions. All right. Do a live unboxing since you're new. Do a live unboxing, kind of like I just did. Like, oh my gosh, the bombshell bracelet. It's amazing. Look, it's black. I'm so excited. This looks so cute on. Wow, look how cute this is. I can't wait for this to come out. I mean, I also have this Rika bracelet right here. Wow, this is beautiful. This is designer inspired. I don't really know what designer it's inspired by, but I love this. This looks really pretty on. I'm so excited about this. I can't wait for some of you to get it. Just do a live unboxing. Show the boxes, show the plastic. It does not matter. Show your box here. Okay. Do that. And then I want you to tell the story of how you found out about Park Lane. Once you write this down, how you found out about Park Lane, what you did to join. Did you host a show and love it and decide to join after that? Did you attend a show, talk to the rep, and then decide, I want to do this, and this is your first show? Whatever it is, why did you join? Okay. How did your first party go? If you've actually had a party already, how did your first party go? Like, did you get $400 in free credits? Did you get 500? Did you get 250? Just tell how the experience of what you got. Okay. But talk about the free jewelry that you earned as a hostess, and then announce that your first 5 hostesses can get $100 in free jewelry. Now, if you have one already booked, you can say my first 5 get $100 extra in free jewelry. I have one booked, so I have 4 of those available. Okay. Things in shortage have a sense of urgency, and people don't want to miss out on them. So you can also do that, but I want you to go live and do an unboxing and share those things. How did you find out about it? Why did you join? How did your party go? What did you get in free jewelry? And then your first 5 hostesses can get for $100 in free. And this is how many of those you have left. You may have 6 people pop up. You might have 1 person pop up. You may have 2 people say, I want to do one. But most of the time, what I can tell you is that most of the time, it's not someone that you would have thought to reach out to. Okay. So that is the goal, and that is the purpose of you going live. Okay. And sharing and doing an unboxing and announcing that. Okay. So here, and then follow up. I'm just going to highlight follow up real quick, and then we are done. Okay. So those that didn't attend your party and shop it, that list can continue to grow. Okay. I want you to do, and we recommend doing a reach out of 10 people a week. All right. For every 10 reach outs, if you're wondering, like, I want to book some shows, I wonder how many people I have to ask. Every 10 reach outs that we do, we can expect 1 booking. Now, here's the reality. You might reach out to 30 before you get your first. Like it's just the universe. It's just how it happens. I mean, it's not a formula, but it is an average. Okay. I've definitely done 30 and then it's like boom, 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 1, 2, 3. Okay. That actually happened to me this last week. I reached out to about 40 people. Finally, at the very end of that, it was like, yes, 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 yes. Okay. I got my 4 out of my 40 that I reached out to. Okay. It's how it works. All right. But those that don't attend your launch and don't shop, those are your first people. I don't want you to be thinking, well, who am I going to reach out to? They are the people that did not shop your launch. Those are extra people. Because remember, those that did shop your launch, you're going to ask them either when they're shopping or immediately afterwards. All right. Then there's the others. All right. We have a system for this follow-up and it's in boards. It's called the 222 for those that did shop your launch. That is also in the new stylist training board or as well. Okay. I also want you to join our team Facebook groups. That is also in boards as well. It's, I think, like in your first 48 hours, it's accept the Facebook invitations to these groups. Now, some of these groups are public, some of them are private, some of them are completely, like you can't find them. So some of them you have to be invited to. So just make sure that your upline invites you. Okay. But try to click on these links first. All right. I want to attend our trainings live. What I have heard and learned over the years, the most successful teams are the highest trained teams. You guys, nobody has all the skills that are needed to kick off one of these businesses and run with it for the next 5 years. No one has those skills naturally given to them. They plug in. So we have a couple of weekly trainings each week on the Treasure Tribe. On Mondays at noon Central Time, we have what's called the Treasure Talk. Okay. Plug into that. It is a phenomenal call. Yes, they're recorded. They are pushed live to the Treasure Tribe and a recording is sent out in email each and every single week. And I think they might even be in boards at some point, somewhere in there. Okay. So that's that. And then every day, we have power hours. Power hours is 1 hour of time where stylists get on. It's kind of proctored by a leader. I say proctored, meaning she opens up the Zoom link and says, hi, my name is, and today's power hour. And this is what I'm working on. What are y'all working on? You might chat for 10 minutes. And then it's just everybody puts themselves on mute and you get your work done. I would say for the most part, what most people get on those power hours to do is book. And so it's like, because you're on it, you're not going to stop working for that hour. You're just going to work on it, focus on it. And so I want to encourage you. Those happen every single day. And there is a schedule for the power hours, somewhere in boards actually, but it is pinned to the top of the, it's pinned to the top of the Treasure Tribe. I want to show you. Okay, so there is a folder in boards that says weekly team trainings. Okay. And down here, there is the schedule for the daily power hours and the link. All right. So I just want you to see that that's there. Okay. That's that. And then did I leave anything out? Okay. I don't think so. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Your new best friend is going to be the boards app. Okay. There is so much in there. I'm sorry. My allergies are totally acting up while I'm doing this right now, but the boards app is going to be your new best friend, but it does not replace your upline, but she will be saying, oh my gosh, yes, that's a great question. It's in boards. It's in boards. That's a great question. It's under the such and such folder in boards. She may send you a screenshot of boards. That does not mean that she does not want to help you. It means that it's at your fingertips and that you actually can self-train, and then she can help you, talk through something like that later on. Okay. All right. Y'all been amazing. I hope that this has been helpful. Again, welcome to the Treasure Tribe. Welcome to Park Lane. So happy to have you here. And I look forward to seeing all of your names on the leaderboard, earning all the things going forward. Okay. Bye.